18 years, a void in the life of the most influential figure in history. Jesus Christ, where was he? From age 12 to 30, the Bible is silent. Was he hidden in plain sight, or on a journey that could shatter everything we know? Tonight, we step into the shadows of Jesus' lost years. Picture this. It's the 1st century, a world of dust and destiny. Jerusalem's temple towers over the city, its stones gleaming under a relentless sun. A 12-year-old boy, Jesus, steps into this sacred heart of Judea, his simple tunic brushing the ground, his young voice cutting through the murmurs of bearded scholars. The Gospel of Luke paints the scene like a lightning bolt. This kid, barely old enough to carry a water jar, is trading wisdom with the sharpest minds of his day, leaving them speechless. Crowds whisper, scribes scribble, and the air hums with awe. But then, poof, the story slams shut. The curtain drops. For 18 years, half his life, the Bible goes dark. No words, no trace, no clue. Jesus vanishes from the page, only to re-emerge at 30, striding toward the Jordan River, baptized by John, ready to unleash a ministry that will ripple across centuries, continents and souls. So, what happened in those missing years? Was he just hammering nails in Nazareth's sleepy workshops, shaping olive wood under the Galilean sun? Or was he chasing truth across distant lands, trekking the Silk Road, debating mystics under starlit Himalayan skies, or praying in the shadow of desert cliffs? These lost years aren't just a blank space. They're a labyrinth, a tantalizing puzzle that could unlock the very heart of his teachings, his fire, his revolution. And the clues, they're out there, buried in ancient texts, whispered in legends, scattered across the sands of time. Buckle up, because we're about to hunt them down. Let's start close to home, in the dusty heart of Nazareth, where the air smells of fresh-cut wood and sun-baked earth. Picture a young Jesus, barely a teen, his calloused hands gripping a carpenter's chisel, shaping olive beams in a cramped workshop. This is the traditional story. For 18 years, he stayed right here, a tecton, a craftsman, blending into the rhythm of a sleepy Galilean village. Mornings spent hauling timber, afternoons studying Torah by lamplight, evenings sharing bread with family under a starlit sky. It's a humble life, painted with the grit of sweat and sawdust, rooted in the Jewish traditions of his people. This view feels warm, familiar, like a well-worn sandal. It's the Jesus of quiet devotion, the son of Mary and Joseph, preparing in silence for a world-changing mission. But hold on, could a man destined to upend empires really spend half his life unnoticed, hammering nails in a backwater town? Was his soul content with the hum of village life? Or was it restless, yearning for something greater? This story's simplicity is its strength, but it leaves us wondering, is there more to the man who would walk on water? Now, let's embark on a wilder path, one that stretches far beyond Judea's borders. Imagine Jesus, a young man in his teens, cloaked against the desert's bite, joining a caravan along the ancient Silk Road. Camels sway, spices scent the air, and stars blaze overhead as he treks toward the east. India, Tibet, maybe even Persia. This theory whispers of a Jesus who sat cross-legged with Buddhist monks in Himalayan caves, their chants echoing off icy peaks, or debated Zoroastrian priests by firelight, their wisdom shaping his own. Picture him in vibrant markets, saffron robes brushing his sandals, absorbing ideas of compassion and inner light that eerily mirror his later teachings. The spark for this tale, a 19th century text, The Unknown Life of Jesus Christ, by Notovitch, who claimed at the Hemis monastery that Jesus trained in distant monasteries. True or not, the parallels are tantalizing. His call to love, to forgive, feels kissed by eastern winds. But skeptics scoff. No ancient scroll confirms this journey, no caravan log names him. Yet the Silk Road was a highway of ideas, alive with wanderers. Could Jesus, hungry for truth, have been among them, forging a message to shatter the ages? This is a tale of adventure, mystery, and a man unbound by borders. Let's venture to the edge of the world, to the sun-scorched cliffs of the Dead Sea, where the air crackles with secrets. Here, the Essenes, a shadowy Jewish sect, carved out a life of fierce devotion, shunning cities for desert solitude. Picture a young Jesus, his cloak dusted with salt, slipping into their hidden world. By torchlight in Qumran's caves, he studies ancient prophecies, his hands tracing scrolls that pulse with visions of a coming kingdom. Days blend into nights of fasting, ritual baths in moonlit springs, and whispered teachings about purity and sacrifice. The Essenes' ways, communal meals, rejection of wealth, apocalyptic hopes, feel like blueprints for Jesus' later sermons. The Dead Sea Scrolls, unearthed in 1947, light up these parallels, their brittle pages echoing his call to a new covenant. But here's the rub. No scroll names him. No Essene diary marks his stay. Yet the desert's silence speaks volumes. Could Jesus have honed his fire here, among mystics who saw the world's end looming? This theory paints a Jesus forged in solitude, his spirit tempered by the wilderness, ready to challenge empires with words sharper than swords. And now let's chase the wildest whispers. Picture Jesus, a young wanderer, beneath Egypt's ancient pyramids, unraveling Hermetic riddles with desert sages, their voices lost in the Nile's murmur. Or, imagine this, crossing stormy seas to Britain's misty shores, trading wisdom with druids by Stonehenge's looming stones, their fires crackling under a Celtic moon. Some even dream of a revolutionary Jesus, plotting in Judea's hidden caves, his heart ablaze with zeal against Roman chains. These tales are the stuff of legend, more fantasy than fact, spun from humanity's hunger to fill the silence of those 18 years. No scroll backs them, no stone bears his name, but they ignite our imagination, painting a Jesus who roamed far and wide, a seeker whose journey defies the map. They remind us the mystery of his lost years burns bright, daring us to keep searching. So, where does this leave us? The Nazareth theory is humble, rooted in faith, but it feels incomplete. A man like Jesus, silent for 18 years. The Eastern journey sparks the imagination, Silk Road adventures, mystic mentors, but the evidence is thin, more hope than history. The Essenes, their desert discipline fits his radical spirit, yet we lack that smoking gun. And the wildcards, they're fun, but let's be real, they're long shots. Here's what strikes me. Maybe the Bible's silence is intentional. Maybe these years were about Jesus' humanity, his struggles, his growth, his preparation. Whatever he did, those years shaped a message that still burns bright. Love, sacrifice, hope. What if the real mystery isn't where he was, but how those years forged a heart that changed eternity? The lost years of Jesus are a puzzle we may never fully solve. Whether he was shaping wood in Nazareth, seeking truth in the East, or praying with desert mystics, one thing is certain. Those years built a man whose words still guide billions. So, what do you think? Was Jesus a carpenter, a traveler, or something else entirely? If this journey sparked your curiosity, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for more mysteries. Want another biblical enigma? Check out one of these videos on screen for more. Thanks for exploring with me. Do come back soon. I'll be waiting.